Weapon X is not the only female joining the Edge of Venomverse, as we're going to be introduced to the Venom version of Gwenpool. So as we get into this comic, we have Venompool, Gwenpool, as she jokes around what her name is, talking about some of the great things that have happened since she's joined the Marvel Universe, such as getting to meet certain heroes, really getting to spend some time together, and of course meeting her new best friend, the symbiote. She talks about how she left the real world and traveled between realities to come to this particular location. Of course, she had no superpowers, so, you know, shot the living hell out of, because that's what's bound to happen. But fortunately, this black symbiote just kind of manifests on her right then and there. She wakes up and starts murdering everybody. And by everybody, I mean these crooks and the Hand. This does not go unnoticed, as of course one of the main oppositions of the Hand, Daredevil, takes notice of what she's doing. We see that back at the law firm after all of that, she's more or less kind of having this inner monologue talking about secret identities, being one with the symbiote, what it's taught her, what she's taught the symbiote, and it's honestly not handled that bad. Of course, we see her inside of the firm, and she's not really paying attention to much of anything that's going on when they're talking about any of the hazardous things that are happening. She's just kind of doodling herself along with Matt Murdock. Unfortunately, when her boss is leaving, he manages to take the papers that she gives them, and she accidentally left the fact that Matt Murdock is Daredevil on those pieces of paper, so she gets rather worried as he's walking away. Naturally, she's going to follow him, try to get the papers back so she doesn't compromise Daredevil's identity, and as she transforms into the whole symbiote, Daredevil shows up and the two are going to get into a fight, which involves a bunch of hand ninjas, it involves the boss, it pretty much involves everything going down rather crazy. And things aren't exactly going to turn out either for anybody here. After everything is said and taken care of, and unfortunately the man was shot, but he was bad anyway, we see that Daredevil and Gwen have a nice quiet moment on the roof, and just when it looks like things are about to go good for both of them, Gwen disappears, leaving Matt on top of the rooftop alone, and that brings us to the end of the issue. Honestly, it wasn't too terrible, definitely not as the good I would say, and just kind of you know, it felt like they really hammed it up. Now, that's of course what the whole, you know, Pooh character is about and everything, but I'm not the biggest fan of that entire, you know, the whole Deadpool mentality, breaking the fourth wall and just being funny all the time. So for me, it didn't really work in that regard, but I still did enjoy it for what I read in it. So I'm just going to give it a 6.5 out of 10.